Oh damn!
You didn't say that. Oh god, that was
Timer there. I was like, oh man.
oh god, that was funny.
I can't be saying that stuff.
Oh, don't try to change the tone now. Yeah. So Christmas was great. So this is all I wanted, and this is all I got.
Say what? Is that a CD player?
Yeah,
is that it?
Courtesy of the wife, you know, right?
No, I got you a little box.
Yeah, I didn't get it because I had the CD player. I just wanted the nostalgia when we was growing up, you know.
She wants you to stand outside the window and play
a
mixtape.
Right. Romeo and Juliet.
But yeah, Christmas was good. I cooked some deep fried turkey, some mac and cheese, and some candy yams. Everybody else brought stuff over. Well, what you making that face for? You ain't never had deep fried turkey?
No, because you used that stuff that you was making the whole time.
Oh, you don't like the tallow? Oh,
tallow.
Oh, you don't like the tallow, man? Made it taste
like better. How you make it, the nut tallow.
Hey, man, make it better, bro. Like, you had all the flavor in it and everything. I watched a video of this dude use tallow to cook Wagyu steak. We had to buy the tallow, and then like he cooked it. He cooked the Wagyu steak with it. No, it was Wagyu I'm messing this all up. It was Wagyu tallow, and he deep fried a turkey with it. That's right. Yeah, he deep fried a turkey with it, and that man. After I saw that, I gotta do that. Got to do that. So that's the new. That's the new right there.
Anyways, where you at? There you go. Be right back.
Listening to Frankie J, watching my comics. L to the P, breaking down my comics with Midnight Assassin.
Welcome back, fellow knowledge seekers. It's My Comics busting through your speakers. We back here with Midnight Assassin, or Major Midnight Assassin, or you want to be called Colonel or the Tank Assassin. You know what you want to be called, sir?
Tank. I got the big guns. I got the big. But yeah, today's show we're gonna talk about What If, the new episodes that came out, and also Creature Commandos. What real revelation there?
He didn't say he wanted to come on yet.
Oh man.
What up, NTG? Been a while, because you know you big timer right now. You big timer over there with your 8,000, 9,000 followers. You know.
Woo, that's what I'm talking about, man. I gotta check that show out. I mean, check that page out some more.
Hey, but on the real, before we get started with the show, I want to give a shout out to a movie with Kerry Washington in it. It's on Netflix right now. It's called the 6888. One of the first women battalions. They went over to World War II and they helped them deliver mail to the soldiers. And the reason why this is so important is because having that contact with your family as a soldier at war, you know, builds morale. It helps us win battles. And back in that day, they wasn't getting their mail. So it was a battalion of Black women who helped them get their mail and set the standard for the post office and the way that we do business now in the military and such, delivering mail during a wartime situation. So 668, watch this movie. And I'm going to tell you right now, Midnight Assassin, I know you're over there hating, but this is one of those Denzel glory movies. Kerry Washington played her role. There was some parts in there where the wifey was like, "You over there crying?" I'm like, "You goddamn right, I'm crying because I don't understand what they're going through." You know, you got to stand up to the unforgiving colonel or officer or somebody that's higher than you. You know, it's like when they tell you and your unit ain't doing nothing, you got to tell them in so many words, like, we doing something. And yeah, so yeah, 668, man, check that out. Great show. So without further ado, let's get into what we was talking about. I'm gonna tell you right now, man.
Yeah.
I know we supposed to be talking about Creature Commandos and What If, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I'm not happy with neither one of them, and I know what you're gonna say, but hear me out on what I'm gonna say.
What am I gonna say?
No, hear me out on what I'm gonna say. With Creature Commandos and the way that James Gunn does business, I sincerely hope that he does not do business in the Guardians of the Galaxy way that he does business. Not that I hate it. It's just for Guardians of the Galaxy, those are movies that I'm not going to watch year after year or every 2 years. That's how I judge a movie. His style of movie making with some of the movies is good, but for me, Creature Commandos and What If, to me, kind of like have the same feel right now, even though he didn't make them. And then I had to think about this before the show. I read comic books, and I'm not saying it's all about the comic books. What I'm saying is X-Men 97, to me, set the tone. While it had a certain amount of slapstick comedy and laugh in it, it was still hard hitting. That's how when I see a comic book movie or a superhero movie, I want that part in there. And when it's too much clowning, like Transformers 2, when they had the Wayne's brothers and they played the stupid little robots, I want to y'all doing too much. Let's get it back to seriousness. That's kind of where I'm at. So I'm not saying that I hate the shows. I'm just saying I'm not waking up in the morning like I gotta go watch it. Like Loki, when Loki was out, I gotta go watch Loki. That's how I am right now. So what are your thoughts?
What was I gonna say?
That you like Creature Commandos?
That's right. Took you long enough to say what I was gonna say. I asked you what I was gonna say, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna love Creature Commandos. It reminds me so much of Peacemaker. We try to get you to watch Peacemaker, and you're not watching it. I don't know why you're skipping over. Everybody
I'm gonna tell you why I don't care for Peacemaker too much, and it's the same reason why I be on people when they don't like a rock movie. I don't really care for John Cena as much as other people. Like I just don't care for him as much. I don't care for his acting as much. I had to really drill down into it and say, why don't I like John Cena? But I'll watch a David Bautista, the wrestler type. I'll watch a rock movie. Not saying all rock movies are great because they're not. But I guess for me, it's just John Cena in there. I didn't like him as Peacemaker.
I mean, it's because you can't see him. Because some people, they can't see him. And it's like, it's weird because it's like they'll watch a whole show and it's just like people around and it's like they talking to air. But, I can see them because I'm special.
We know. We definitely know. We definitely know that you a special breed.
That's
all
right.
Special breed of seed. Anyway.
Yeah, I like how they, they're super abrasive, like super gory, really just irreverent, like just, how they just like, they're trying to take a different take on like, how they did Suicide Squad. Cause like, this is his dad, even though this is Colonel Flagg's dad, it's General Flagg. And it's, they base a lot of stuff from Suicide Squad, like the second one, to incorporate into this. They didn't make mention of Peacemaker, but it's in that same realm because like that was a spinoff from it. But I like how it's continuing on. Like I'm curious as to what Frankenstein's gonna do when he gets with the bride, because right now they're at odds because she fell in love with the Maker, and now it's like he's teaming up with General Flagg to go try and like save the princess. And like the whole squad has been like, ordered by Amanda Waller to like go execute the princess. And so there's like that conflict right there. And then you got like more background story of like, Frankenstein after the bride had like, nearly killed him. and he made, he basically was nursed to health by this lady in the woods who like brought him back together and tried to like mend him, and they spent a good amount of time together. And she was blind, and she had this dog, and it was just like this relationship that she would her blindness, he was basically teaching him a different way to live, a different way to see things and stuff, and it was like this beautiful thing that blossomed. And then he basically just really needed to get back with his bride. He kept the dog outside, and he beat the lady to death, and then went ahead and kept the dog, and like now he's on a journey to go find the bride. And that was just a shocking episode to see that happen right there. So I'm like, everything just seems like really just like you can't really guess what's going to happen next. It's really off the wall, but it's still it's still a linear story because they're still like they're still on the path. Like it's about saving the princess. They're out there. They're still a squad, and it's just like, okay, what's going to happen next? So that's why I like it. As far as what if wasn't as spectacular as it was the first go around, because the first episode was like the Hulk, and the Hulk like turned into like that metamorphosis beast and stuff. Like after David Banner like separated the Hulk from himself, it turned into this like Godzilla beast, and they made like many little Godzillas and stuff, and then they just went and invaded the whole planet. Oh, you got some pictures coming up. Okay, I see that. But we on what if.
Well, you ain't let me get my part in.
Oh, I thought you was done talking about it. You was just like
we need at least 15 minutes of talking on it. You just talking and running your mouth as usual and never let me get in and do what I need to do.
You talked about both. I was gonna talk about
I ain't talk about both yet. I didn't get into Creature Commandos. What I wanted to say is
it sucked. That's all you said. You literally said it sucked.
Hold on. I said I'm not into James Gunn type of stuff. I mean, over time it may grow on me or whatever, but I guess let me break it down some more, because you went into Peacemaker, then we started talking about that. Let me break it down some more. I don't really care to see the Weasel anymore. I mean, we got him in Suicide Squad. There are more DC characters out there that we could have brought into the fold. I made a video about the Weasel because I think that he got a good manager, because this manager keep getting him in show after show after show. I know. The manager keep getting the Weasel in show after show after show. I like that we got another story with Flag's dad. I knew that was coming. I like the bride. I like the fish woman. I like the GI robot. I even like Dr. Phosphorus. All right. I like those parts, and the animation is nice. But to go back into what I was saying before, it's not like some of the other shows where I'm like, want more. I got to get some more. That's what I was getting at. But other than that, the show is enjoyable. I just would hope. Well, let me put it this way. When I look at DC animation, I expect a certain level of seriousness. That's, I guess, and I see where they're trying to go, but for me, I just expect a certain level of comic bookness. I don't know how to go about it. It's a little bit too slapsticky for me. It's too much laughing. But other than that, I ain't got no complaints.
Maybe that's why I like it.
We know.
It's like way different. I like Weasel because at first I didn't like him, but then when they had the backstory, like it's just there's more to this character. Like you think he's just this maniacal, like nonsensical creature that just slops and spits on everything, and then he's just But then you learn his backstory where he actually tried to save the kids, but then like the grandfather or whoever, the old guy with the gun, he actually started the fire that killed all the kids. Then the cops came in, and then they caused the girl to die after they were shooting at the girl when the Weasel was actually the hero trying to save all the kids, and they blamed all the deaths that was responsible for the police and for the old man on the Weasel. And it's right. This whole time, I thought the Weasel actually killed all these people. So he's literally innocent this whole time. And I'm wondering, down the road, does he get proven innocent, or is he just this guy that's just he's just this guy that's innocent in the midst of all these people? Yeah, he goes on these missions and stuff, but he's really not like the other guys. Like, I mean, he, he's an animal. He doesn't like, he kills when he has to because he's on these missions and stuff.
Well, hold on now.
He's clawing out old girl's back and stuff and chewing.
Hold on. The Bride of Frankenstein is similar. She's similar too. I mean, the average person on this team, the Creature Commandos, it's not like they're evil. They're seen as monsters, so people don't see them as human. So we're exploring again. Here we are talking about what we love to talk about. Here we are. People can't see the humanity in them, even though they do things to save people's lives. So everybody on the team ain't bad, and that's what they're gonna explore. We're exploring the humanity side, like
I think Frankenstein's evil, and he is a bad guy. I think the bride just don't care about people. Like she has.
Hold on now. Don't care about people. I mean, that's life. We have friends that don't care about other people. Yeah. And then we got the weasel, and I'm gonna put the video up later because it didn't get showing on TikTok. In fact, TikTok, I put it up twice and they like shut it down, talking about it don't meet our standards. I'm looking at it like it's the comic book. But anyways, with the weasel, he was bullied. He was bullied when he was younger. And so he put on a weasel costume, and then he went to get retribution on the bullies who was bullying him in college. He actually went to Stanford. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so, but again, over the years, they have transformed Weasel from man into humanoid, and this is where we're at right now. So, again, I don't care about seeing the Weasel. I like that they did his quick little backstory and proved him innocent. But other than that, I mean, we got more characters out there. So they got so the Weasel replaced a character called Wolfpack. So I don't know if I would care to see Wolfpack more because I mean the original Creature Commandos consisted of the monsters of the monster universe, and that's what I was kind of getting at, like the Mommy, the Bride of Frankenstein, the Fish Person, Vampire. But I like this. I like this cut, so I can't be mad with it. So other than that, if I had to rate it right now, I would rate it as a 6 out of 10, and it may get better. But other than that, I like what they're doing. And to be honest with you, I'm excited to see what James Gunn is going to do with the DC universe. I'll be very critical of him, but I mean, I'm excited to see what he's going to do. And I think that next week, just give me 2 minutes on this part. Next week, we probably need to do a show. And for y'all 4 people that's listening, I'm trying to figure out why year after year the fandom keeps punishing us, because it is not the movie studios that keep punishing us with Batman after Batman after Batman, or Superman after Superman after Superman, right? It's the fandom. It's what the fandom wants. Superman movies over and over and over again. Like, we need to do a show by that right there and make it epic, because I got some things that I need to get off my chest. Like,
man, I was getting after it. At one point, I was like, yo, we should crowd fund fans to like do movies, because like Hollywood and all these like big movie companies are sucking right now. No.
So let me hit you with this. I don't even know. I agree with what you're saying, crowdfunding to do a movie, but the fandom right now, if you created an icon movie, they would shoot that down. I mean, it can be made in the original. It can be made to mirror the original Iron Man movie. It can be made to mirror all the great Superman or Batman movies, and they would still shoot it down because
like it would be a niche of people that would actually like be willing to pay their money, and the people that would just want Superman won't pay their money for fans to make a movie. They'll go see a Hollywood movie. Now, for people to make an icon movie, that'll be people that really want to see that, and they'll crowd.
But again, But again, you crowdfund it, and this goes back into they still gonna come online when it's crowdfunded and bash it and keep other people in it.
The fact that the movie gets made and it's funded by the fans, like
what's the difference?
The rest of the majority that want Superman can still watch Superman movies for like another 30 years. But the crowdfunded, like the small niche that make it, that movie gets made. It's a small niche that get to see it.
You are missing the point. You are missing the point. You're missing the point. I'm telling you, you missed the point. And we gonna get into it in the next week. But I like the fact of that we got something that we truly gonna disagree about, so it's gonna be really interesting. All right, so we got 10 minutes. But I mean, if you want to keep talking about it, you can.
Let me we can talk about it. What point am I missing?
Hold on. I ain't got my stuff right. Hold on.
I think I'm on point.
I agree with you to a point, but I think you're missing something that's going on. The people, when I say the fandom, you're a part of them. All right.
I would pay for the movie I want to see. You would pay for the movie you want to see.
But that's the problem. Then the movie doesn't make enough money to make another one because the fandom only wants to see a certain type of superhero on the screen.
Yeah, I mean,
so here's my question.
That's just capitalism.
Here's my question. What if The Rock hadn't played Black Adam? What if they'd have found a equally better actor that could embody this just like The Rock? It just seemed like it was a whole lot of controversy around The Rock playing Black Adam that overshadowed the movie's greatness. Because the formula that they use is the same formula that they've been using for years. Nothing has changed in the way that they've been using the DC formula. We get an origin story. We get some people that don't want to be superheroes, right? But they realize later on that they need to be superheroes. We follow them along in their story, and then they realize, oh, I should be doing this. And big fight at the end. That's it. And that's one way they do it. And then the other one, we get a true origin story where this is what they was made for. This is their destiny. This is what they was about. And then next thing you know, we get big fight scene. I mean, but there are no other. All the stories are in the way they present them are the same, except for Everywhere, Anyway. What's the show? Well, they started from the middle. So with James Gunn, what he's doing right now is he's saying that Superman's already established. All right, I respect that. Like, we don't need no origin story. All right, and I think that's what we did with what's his name, Snyder, and the other people. I like Henry Cavill's Superman. You know what I'm saying? Where he had to battle with some things in his life. He wasn't as geeky, but he was average, run-of-the-mill nerd, cornbread, white bread. He was just a different type, but I don't understand why we want the clumsy Clark Kent when that person technically y'all bullied.
I mean, it could be a generational thing. Maybe that's what, because the target market, maybe that's what they want.
Yeah, but here we're way past that type of Clark Kent. We're years past that type of Clark Kent. We are now in a nerd can be a football player. A football player can be an anime watcher. Jocks and nerds now hang out together.
Like 22.
This generation here is totally different than our generation.
Like 22 Jump Street.
Okay. Anyways, I can't get my thing on the screen here. Oh, there we go. Oh, I hadn't set it up. I'm sorry, Midnight Assassin. All right, so you gotta give me 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Because I know you're looking at the clock.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I only watched the 3 out of 4 or 5 that's out right now. What if? And so the first one, spoiler alert. Okay, spoiler alert.
That's 5 out.
It's 5 out. So with the first one, this is what I hate. I like What If, and I tell you why I like What If. It's because What If explores some things that a lot of people they don't want to see it, but there's a fan base out there, like you said, that want to see it. And I had it out earlier, but I got one comic book. Well, I got a couple What If comic books, and just to give an example before I get into it, it's a What If Dr. Doom had became the Thing.
Last for 2025.
Right. So what if Dr. Doom had became the Thing? All right. So here, the first one is what if the Avengers fought the Hulk? So we're on an alternate timeline where you got and I can tell you where the hate come from. You got Anthony Mackie, the black Captain America, and then of course we got Bruce Banner, that unlikely, and then you got Monica Rambeau. You see what I'm saying? You got all the people of color on this first team. You see what I'm saying? And so then you got Hulk, and I ain't gonna lie, people, I was online, it was like, oh, we thought it was gonna be World Breaker Hulk. Listen, there was no way in hell World Breaker Hulk was gonna be that thing that Bruce Banner had created. World Breaker Hulk was that thing, whatever that thing was, would have crushed World Breaker Hulk. While World Breaker Hulk was strong, he would have got crushed. You needed Double Hulk. You needed the one above all Hulk to beat whatever that gamma radiated monster was. And technically, that monster had beat whatever Hulk that was. If it went for Captain America shooting him with the punch, but he had won. I mean, let me know in the comments if I'm looking at this wrong. And then episode 2, I had to get at a 5 out of 10. I like what they did with Howard Stark, and I like what they did with Gringo, and then how Agatha was sucking the powers out of the other the other Eternals to add them in, and then she became Cosmic Queen Agatha, where she took out Eternal. But again, it's a what if book, and a lot of people are like, oh well, they could have did something else with that. I mean, even if you did the ideas that people was posting, they would still come back and say, well, you could do something else. I mean, it's what if. And then again, what if number 3, I didn't care too much for. Why? Midnight Assassin. Did you see it?
Was it Red Guardians stop the Winter Soldier?
Red Guardian and all that slapstick acting crazy. That is you. That's you. When we go somewhere, that's him. He's Red Guardian. I'm Winter Soldier.
Yeah, you control just like the Winter Soldier, but go ahead.
You know what? I should have wore my shit to the show. That's right. Yeah, I didn't go get me a Red Guardian. I went and got me a Winter Soldier, baby. I'm gonna wear the arm on the next show. Anyway, and I didn't watch. I didn't watch the 4th one, and then so a 5th one came out today. So I'm gonna catch them and probably do a little quick write up on that. What are your thoughts? Let's hear what you gotta say, bro.
Well, I gotta say, I like the last one the best, the 5th one. That's got Riri Williams, and she takes over Mysterio's like nanobot.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Just say what you just say you like and start spoiling shit.
I like it a lot. I'm telling you what I like. What you mean?
Said Riri Williams. I didn't even know she was in here.
Oh, she fought Mysterio, bro. And he was like the emergence, and like the whole world was like exploded. And then she went, yeah, the whole world was exploded. Like, Vision was a bad guy. She merged with Vision, bro. Like, I ain't never seen nothing like it. She merged, like, because she developed a weapon to beat Vision. And then she, like, shot him and then killed him. Like, like, she's the first person to do it. And then she took all his parts and, like, interfaced it with herself. And
like
so
Transformers?
Yeah, she basically became like Vision. Like it was like she had like Vision's glowing because it was like a white glowing Vision, and she had that, and she had like a mask on, and she could phase through stuff. But then come to find out, Mysterio, he was like making like holograms, and he basically made her think that she was still fighting, but everybody was gone, bro. Everybody just like he murked them, and so like. Yeah, the Watcher was like, "Yo, this happens every universe."
Yeah,
and
because the universe.
He was pulling all the Vision stuff out of her, and she was giving up. And then the Watcher was leaving. The Watcher was leaving, and he turns around. He was just like, "Fight, Riri, fight!" And then she turns around. She's just like, "Ugh," and she sucks everything out of Mysterio. And then she goes through Mysterio, takes all the nanobots and puts it in front of her and puts it in her stuff. And she's like nanobots and Vision like powers and stuff. And then she like defeats Mysterio and it puts a big giant A in the sky like for Avengers. And so the world can see it. And they start knocking all the Mysterio like statues down. Like the people of Earth are like, even though Earth's like in different little scattered rocks and stuff because it was exploded.
So I guess the question is, right? And watching this, because on the last two seasons of What If, they created a multiversal team. Like, where are we going with this one? You know what I'm saying? Because I think I would have to point out from the Agatha one where the Celestials came, and then I would say that the Guardians gonna come and mess with our Guardian who follows us because he's interfering. He's been interfering.
Yeah,
so it would be interesting.
Because like with the Howard the Duck one, like they had the baby had to protect the egg, and it was just like the egg, like Shield was like trying to like take the egg, and everybody was trying to take the egg because like somebody stole it, and they presented it up to Dormammu, and Dormammu like tried to get into the egg and stuff, and then they stopped it, and then like next thing you know, they were they were singing, and then the egg like hatched, and it was the baby. And the baby had powers and stuff, and I was like, "Oh snap!" Like, so I'm wondering, like, if that baby's gonna turn into something powerful, like further on and stuff. And that's like the fourth episode. So it's like,
listen.
So like,
that was. I haven't even watched the fourth episode, but it's so much hate from my algorithm from that. People talking about bestiality with
the because birds have cloacas, so and it's located like right here. So like it's not what is going into like
Darcy.
What's her name?
Darcy,
yeah. Like so that's when you really think about it, it's like, man, how's that going? So yeah, it's a lot of questions.
Here we go again. I mean, how the Nephilim. How the Nephilim got created? I mean, come on now.
Zeus was in it too, and
right.
Zeus did, like, he was with ducks, birds, eagles, dolphins. Like, dude was all over the place with animals, and then you had like that's how you got all these like half animal, half like creatures and stuff. Because Zeus was just like hiding behind, like not letting Hera know nothing. Like, oh my gosh, like
Zeus was in this episode,
huh?
Zeus was in that episode.
Yeah, he was in the episode trying to get the egg too. Everybody was in this show, bro. Like everybody was in it. So like that was episode 4. And then but my favorite right now is episode 5. Like that's like hands down my favorite. Like the first one with the Hulk, that was like a Gundam episode. So it reminded me of Gundam. Yeah, it was just like it's just like the big Gundam big Gundam machines we all got. And then the Agatha one, like it was all right. Like it wasn't my favorite, Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, it was a big giant musical, so that's cool. And then Winter Soldier and Red Guardian. I actually do like Red Guardian a lot, but this right here, I mean, I was like, it was all right. But then, yeah, I like number 5. Like, that's my favorite. And I did like number 4 pretty good, but like number 5 is my favorite episode out of all of them.
All right. So are you coming back next week or you gonna be out of town?
I'll be out of town, but we can go for Thursday next week.
Okay, well, Thursday, we will be back next week.
Thursday.
Midnight Assassin, can you go ahead and please get ready to do what you do, close out the show?
I appreciate everybody.
I'm pulling up on you. Put some respect on my name.
You already know.